Hi, we're Josh and Sheree McLean, and we want to tell you a little bit about ourselves and tell you about why we're asking for your help. We've been married about 10 years, and we've been trying to have children about that whole time, and we've gone to 9 doctors, and they've prescribed everything possible to help us have children, and nothing's worked yet.
So after we were married and we started trying to have kids, and we went to all these different doctors because no one could figure out why we couldn't get pregnant, I went to a specialist finally, and he figured out that the reason why we couldn't get pregnant was from a car accident I was in when I was 18 years old. It was a really bad car accident. I dislocated my hip, I ruptured my spleen, I ruptured my liver, collapsed both lungs, crushed 5 ribs. I tore the aorta of my heart. I lost like 3,500 cc's of blood, which is like half the blood in your body. And what we found out was that when they did all the surgeries for me, I have a lot of blood that's in my abdomen, and it, I guess, did adhesions on my tubes. The tubes are the things that go and pick up your eggs. So that's why I couldn't get pregnant. And so it's great to find that out. But now we've spent all this money, tens of thousands of dollars, to get to this point because we've done IUIs and we've done Clomid and experimental drugs, all kinds of stuff. So now we know we can get pregnant with Invitro. We just kind of have to come up with the money, and they said it's going to be about $14,000, which is a lot to come up with. So we're just asking friends and family, and I guess anybody who wants to help contribute to helping us get a family. That would be wonderful. So some of the stories with the Clomid, my friends always want to hear them because they're kind of crazy, is so years ago when we first started doing this, because we've been doing this for about 9 years, I decided to do the Clomid. They're giving me like triple doses at this point while it's Christmas time. So I decided to make everyone in the neighborhood cookies. And anyone who's been on Clomid knows that it makes you crazy, like super hyper crazy, because you're just super hormonal. So I'm making cookies and for everyone in the neighborhood, and Josh calls me from work one day, and I'm at home, and he's like, "How are you doing, babe?" And I'm like, "How can you ask me how I'm doing? We're out of sugar." And he's like, "Okay, go get more sugar." And I was like, "There's people at the store," because I just couldn't comprehend going to the store. There's people there because they would want to talk to me. So he's like, "Okay, babe, like, you don't have to make all these cookies." And I was like, "Yes, I do. I have to make these cookies for everybody." So anyways, it was pretty funny. So he's like, "Okay, I'll just bring you home some sugar when I get home from work." And I was like, "Okay." But it was just funny because, like, when you're taking these drugs, you know you're crazy. You just can't stop the craziness. So that was
I vividly remember that phone call. This one night I was coming home from work, and all the lights in the house were off, and I knew Sherry was home because she wasn't going out that day. So I come in, and it's all dark, and I hear voices in our bedroom, and I go in there, and she's watching Twilight. She was watching Twilight when I left. She was watching Twilight when I came home for lunch, and she was watching Twilight in the dark at night. That was the next week of my life, was Twilight 24 hours a day.
I got obsessed with Twilight. I was on Clomid, like triple doses at that time, and I went a little crazy. So thanks, Twilight, that was great. I don't know why I went all crazy, but I did. So thanks for listening to, I guess, our little story of trying to get pregnant and the craziness you go through, and we just really hope that anyone out there watching sees this and will contribute so we can start our family soon.
Anything you could contribute would be great, and we desperately need it, and we really want to have children. Thank you.